Is this too late to wish everybody a happier and a more prosperous 2012? Well, let's see, brother. This was a unique way in which they ushered into this new world. Oh, while we about this, it's very ironic to me that something new is going to be born in the midst of something. It's going to be in the midst of something, and what had been continues. In other words, it's winter, it's snow and ice all over the place. In the midst of it, the year changes, and then we continue in the same cold. I think that the first day of spring should really be the New Year day. Of course, that's my birthday, but that's not the intention here. Um, the spring, when life starts again, the trees begin to put out leaves, the buds begin to come out, the birds begin to migrate again and fill the air with the music, and the flowers with the new fragrance in the air and so on. I think that is appropriate now. Some parts of the world, I think they do not all recognize the New Year as in the January 1, December the 31st, January 1. So we have where God said that the day starts at sunset. Fellows say it's midnight. God says, rest with me on Saturday. People saying Sunday. And I don't know, but it's highly probable that the New Year was really, really in the spring. Of course, in the beginning there was no winter, summer, spring, and fall. It was just an even sort of high spring and low summer, because around the world, around the globe, there was a water vapor level, sort of thick depth that the sun coming through never shone right down to the earth in the harsh rays that we have today. It filtered it and it warmed it up so that during the day it's going to be, as I said, high spring, low summer, and then at nights this heat would be coming out like maritime influence, how the coastline nations normally are warmer, a little warmer at nights because the heat from the sea is blowing in on the land, and it doesn't be as cold as it might have been. So I'm just wondering though that whether with foresight God wouldn't have seen that this was the best time to have the year, first day of spring. It might have been, who knows? But then of course these seasons came after the flood, when all this water came down and the sun coming through, and maybe the earth started to spin different, I don't know. But we have the winter. So I'm just wondering whether we can't, as people say, look, let us shift it to the first day of spring. I mean, on the season, we could still call it the Yuletide season or whatever, and go shopping, the shop before the end of the year thing, and save some money to shop at the beginning of the year so we could start off the year with some good shopping too, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I wish this year to be the best year. By the way, the evil people out there, the Mayans with their paganism, and then Nostradamus, who was a psychic, talks about 2012 is going to be the end of time. And remember, the Mayans, they were not people who believe in the Bible and the true God. And Nostradamus, of course, is a psychic. He believes in Satanism. So the Mayans and Nostradamus were Satanists. So then how could me as a Christian come celebrating their predictions? As you see, they're starting to set it up. They downgrade the stock. They're trying to create some more wars in the Middle East. They're trying to deflate the economies that are viable. They're trying to have Europe do something that is impossible, that is unite. And economists in Europe are saying that, integration in Europe is so essential for economic progress. Not really. I mean, before they were doing okay. It's not that you can do super okay if you come together. I mean, people have been away too long. It's like this family grew up, and then the kids grow out and have their family and children and thing, and then afterward they say, mom said, come back home, come home and let us have one. It's impossible. They all have different lives. They all develop different tastes and characteristics and so forth. So it's impossible to come together. God saw it's not going to happen. So why waste time on something that ain't going to happen? And it's potential to cause more problems, because we've been separated as nations for a long time, and some have been using austerity to save the money, others been living prodigal and giving a whole bunch of goodies to the citizens who should get out and work. And now you know how you gonna take from this people and send over there. Communism failed, socialism failed. Democracy, capitalism still surviving, and capitalism is that you have to take care of your business. Democracy is that who win, we support you until another chance when we could go at it again and see if I could win. Okay, so this 2012, I think it's going to be a great year. I think that there's not going to be any big war in the Middle East to bust the economy and kill the military. There isn't going to be that untold unleashing of evil that some people are planning and plotting. It's not going to happen. So therefore, December the 31st, 2012, things are going to be just as normal. As a matter of fact, let me get pontifical here as a theological scholar. There are things that I know that ought to happen before the world comes to what they're expecting in 2012. The Antichrist would have already been out there, not ruling from behind, and manipulating leaders and countries and militaries. I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about effectively. It would have been, he's out there running the show. It ain't happened. Probation has not closed. That is, Christ will say, he does righteous remain righteous, he does wicked remain wicked. That hasn't happened. The evil that the Bible predicts, a time of trouble such as never was, they're trying to bring it on. Humans are trying to bring it on, like in the Middle East, the people run wild and overthrowing the governments and all this stuff, and the sit-ins and the Occupy in Europe and in America and all that. They're trying to create this situation, but there's coming a time when we're going to have some genuine, well, I should say genuine, but it's going to be the real deal. And 2012 is not it. This is going to be a good year. I'm going to find me some love. You're going to find me some love. I'm going to put my hand on some money. You're going to put your hand on some money. You're going to win some political power. It's going to be a great year. So let us forget this gloom. Don't listen to Nostradamus and the Mayans. They were way out. All right. In fact, the Mayans, I think they were before Christ. And when they were predicting 2012, Christ was saying that I don't even know the time of coming. It's not set yet. Even the angels don't even know. It hadn't been set as yet. So when he died on the cross, subsequently, sometime after that, they set up a time frame when they saw down the road that evil will be so thick and so pervasive that he will have to come in so that he will stop it to save his saints, because they'll be going at the Christians. Okay? And the battle for Armageddon is going to be raging. Now, the battle for Armageddon is not a war with the Middle East. The battle of Armageddon will be between the Antichrist and God. And how he's been fighting God is again trying to kill God's servants on earth. So that's the battle for Armageddon. So don't expect Iran, a war with Iran, going to be the battle for Armageddon. Don't believe, nothing. Because the first war with Saddam Hussein, people thought, this might be the battle for Armageddon. No, it's not going to be, the U.S. Army fighting nobody else. It's going to be Satan controlling the Antichrist and trying to exterminate God's people. And Christ is going to come in and stop it. And it's not going to happen in this year, because there are a whole bunch of things. I know that my favorite author, she says that the final movement is going to be rapid ones. So, still, all this is going to be rapido. It's too late to be rapid, because there are things I said that need to be happening before that haven't happened as yet. So, forget it. Have a happier and more prosperous 2012.